LeBron James, NBA hackler that was courtside? Did she take it too far? Was LeBron James being sensitive? Was kicking her out the right thing to do? Was her Instagram post saying how she should defend her man right? Do you think she's a gold digger? Does she look younger? Does she look 25 years old? Does she look way older than 25? There's a couple little things that we could talk about this whole entire conversation. Even LeBron James said like he thought that she shouldn't have got kicked out. You know, the players need that energy. You know, people do be talking shit. You know, when I be going to basketball games, I hear people talking a bunch of shit. Like, you feel me? I be looking at them like, God damn, like, you feel me? It's just a game. You know, but take it away.
Go ahead, Lance.
Fuck that bitch. You talking to LeBron James like that, bitch? You crazy? He wasn't even talking to you. He was talking to your rich husband. So I don't even know why you felt like you had to defend your husband in some shit between two men. That don't make no sense. But hey, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But hey, man, that's what happened when you fuck with the King. Miami Heat thought they was fucking with the King, out in 6. She thought she was talking to the King. She was out in 60 seconds. That's how we do it. Championship shit. Goat James. Don't get out of pocket. Last week, the Cavs exec talked crazy to my boy. Y'all saw the way he looked at him, right? He was like, nah, not you, dog. You laughing a little too hard. Take that shit. And he whooped that ass. LeBron James is that nigga, yo. Straight like that. Shout out to you, King James, the whole crew you got. Maverick, you know what I'm saying? Clutch Sports, Rich Paul, the whole gang. Fucks with y'all. Fuck that bitch.
She's getting way too much television time. What happens is because of the pandemic, they can only have so many people in the audience anyways. So with that being said, I'm sure they heard every little nook and cranny. And right now, LeBron James is the NBA's golden boy. So of course they're gonna, hype this up to be what everything is. You feel what I'm saying? Every star has their moment when it's like, yo, you are untouchable. Like, I'm pretty sure LeBron could kill somebody, and someone else was like, hey, you don't have to take this charge. It's LeBron James. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like I said, this thing's getting a little too much attention. It even came down, she's like, I ain't no gold digger. Like, a gold digger wouldn't defend their husband for some shit like this. I'm like, this is stupid. Like, you know what I mean? LeBron even said you should have got kicked out. He likes the energy. Even like there's players that thrive on people talking shit to them. You know, a la Michael Jordan, a la Kobe Bryant. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people like, oh, you talking shit to me? Watch this. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever. You feel what I'm saying? The crazy thing is I'm hearing more from her than her husband. So I feel like that's the bigger problem. Like, what? Like, maybe you talking a little too much, man. Maybe you just be bugging. But nah, I mean, when things get back to being normal, because certain things can't be heard when there's a lot more people in the crowd, but because there's only so many people there, you can crystal clear hear everything that's being said. So I know security is like, well, LeBron's not going anywhere, so we have to get rid of the problem. That's what security do. You're the problem, you gotta go. But if there was like, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 people in there, this shit would have just been another heckler saying something and then moving on to the next point.
All right, man, on to the next topic. Super Bowl predictions, yo. Everybody, I'm hyped about the Super Bowl. You know why? I get to hang out with some people, eat some good food, chill, and I don't really care who wins. But it seems like, I know my dog, Big Money Boy Lance, is probably going for Tampa Bay. He Tom Brady all the way. It seems like AB is injured, so that kind of he's not or he's back.
Nah, they say he practicing this week.
I thought we're closing out with this topic because you completely skipped the Brett Favre comments on Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah, I got the Brett Favre one. I thought that was next. Okay, I didn't know. You want me to?
We're gonna end out with and then you missed the EA. You missed some stuff here, man.
Oh, my bad. This is my notes on my other paper. That's on the phone. All right, so let's just go. All right, so we're gonna come back here. We're going for Tom Brady because I'm in Florida. That's it, pretty much. But everybody seems like they're going for Mahomes because he's that younger nigga. He's that nigga this year. But anyways, let's get to the Brett Favre and Deshaun Watson situation comment. Update me on that because I don't know.
Well, first or second, Lance. I'll let you choose how you want to play it.
You know what? I want to go second on this one.
Okay, no problem. All right, so with this being said, I just want to say this. When it comes to actually playing football, Brett Favre, I fucks with your football abilities. I like you as a football player. I liked you so much. Like, niggas like just talk about you being, you know what I'm saying, a gunslinger. I like the mentality you had where I remember the play like it was yesterday. When you threw an interception, you were so upset when the nigga came running. You popped him like you were a linebacker. Don't you ever catch my ball. You know what I'm saying? Unless you wear the Packers jersey. So I just love that. I was like, ooh, this nigga laid him out. He was so mad that you had the audacity to intercept it and then act like it was soft when you ran it back. No. And you popped the shit out of him. But your comments are not football. I'm going by your actions. You said in your time, you're getting paid a lot of money to play football, and you need to, like, you know, basically the essence of what they were telling LeBron, shut up and dribble. We're past that time, my friend. Now we have voices, and now we can speak our opinions on how we feel. Deshaun Watson didn't even come after them. It was already leaked and said that the organization said this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So then Deshaun Watson responded to what the organization said. So Deshaun Watson would have been like, yo, we're going to separate, we're going to part ways, we're going to shut up. Organization said, oh, we don't know what's going on. What are you talking about? No, there's no pressure here. We have a black coach. We have all this other nonsense and BS going on. And then he spoke up on it. I would never say, if you have an opinion about something and you feel that there's an injustice being served and you don't agree with something, speak up on it. Just that plain and simple. You don't have to, I don't have to be fed what your shit is. If I don't like something, I just don't want it. But then, you know, he was willing to be like, I'm not going to eat this bullshit. Let me just move it over here. I'm going to go somewhere else. And everything would have been quiet. The organization wanted to say, oh, there's nothing going on. We don't know his problem doing this. We're leaking out that he wants to be traded. You opened the door. So now you're mad that he walked through it. Now he's going to point out the injustice that he felt while he was there, which made a chain reaction to other players that played for the same franchise saying, yeah, I felt a little something too. Organization's fault. And Brad, I think you overstepped your boundary by saying that shut up and play football shit. That's my take on it. Go ahead, Lance.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not surprised by the response, truthfully, because it's the response of most of the people that when they heard the quote. My problem is I love the game of football so much that I was listening to football and I wasn't listening to nothing about race or shut up and play football. That's the furthest thing from my mind when I heard that message. Because if he wanted to tell a man shut up and throw the ball, he could have just said shut up and throw the ball. Who was going to tell Brett Favre any different? That's fucking Brett Favre, man. Like 3 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl appearances. That's Brett Favre. I feel like people, and this is what I feel sometimes, we're in that climate where it's like we make issues black issues, but we don't want to call it a black issue. We want to make it seem like we're fighting from a higher. No, we're not. People really heard shut up and throw the football. I didn't hear shut up and throw the football until I started talking with people that I don't feel like know anything about football. That's what rubbed me wrong about Brett Favre, the Brett Favre situation. When Brett Favre said you make way too much money to be complaining, I didn't see that like Deshaun Watson can't say whatever he wants to say. What is Brett Favre going to do to Deshaun Watson for talking, even if he thought it was out of turn? What's he going to do? Nothing. Drew Brees sat here and said that I'll always stand for the anthem. And people obliterated Drew Brees. Yeah, I think Brett Favre just walked out there and said, hey, I'm next, guys. Sign me up for the firing squad. I didn't get that. What I heard, when Brett Favre said that, bro, you're not a GM. You're a quarterback. You want to go out there and you want to be a big shot and you want to say so on the GM, you want to say so on the head coach, you want to say so on the offensive coordinator. Deshaun Watson, what the fuck have you done to deserve any of that? I'm blown away that Deshaun Watson is all of a sudden Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and he's the greatest fucking quarterback in the world. Pushing that narrative. Where did it come from? Somebody explain to me why Deshaun Watson, 4-year player Deshaun Watson, who is a damn good player, a damn good player. Maybe that second damn was too much, but he's a damn good player. Deshaun Watson, you ain't led us to no division titles. You ain't led us to no AFC championship games. You ain't led us to no Super Bowl appearances. You ain't no MVP. I talk a lot of shit about Lamar Jackson because I feel like he should be more developed as a passer playing quarterback. But you have not even done for the Texans what Lamar Jackson's done for the Baltimore Ravens. And we didn't like when Lamar Jackson spoke out of pocket about his offensive coordinator Greg Roman. So what am I supposed to do as a fan of football? Because long before Deshaun Watson, I loved football. Long after Brett Favre, I still love football. They push this game. They say the most important position on the field is quarterback. So if the most important position on the field is quarterback, why can't Deshaun Watson raise the talent above him to reach AFC championship level, Super Bowl level, if what they telling me is that he's the most important position on the field? Now, when I look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I saw they had a quarterback, though, 30 interceptions. Love you, Jameis, but that's way too many turnovers. You're bringing them arguably the most important position in football, and they're in the Super Bowl today. What happened, Deshaun? Oh, well, they traded my number one weapon in DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is a monster. DeAndre Hopkins is the second best wide receiver in football, hands down, only behind the incredibly talented and gifted Odell Beckham. But when DeAndre Hopkins was on the Houston Texans, nobody had the Houston Texans as a Super Bowl favorite. Not a single person. When DeAndre Hopkins got traded to the Arizona Cardinals, we were all like, damn, you got David Johnson. All right, he's hurt, but he was a top 5 back when he was healthy. I probably wouldn't have traded Hopkins. Did the Arizona Cardinals make the damn playoffs? No. So DeAndre Hopkins is whining and crying about a wide receiver that he still went on and do 31 touchdowns without. And that wide receiver didn't make the playoffs when he went to another team that already had a solid offensive core. So what are we complaining about? You couldn't rise above the one receiver that the second best receiver that you lost? You're not the only quarterback to lose a dynamic weapon. Once upon a time, Drew Brees had a man named Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham was looking like the most unstoppable force in football behind Rob Gronkowski at the tight end position. Drew Brees didn't bitch. Drew Brees didn't complain. Drew Brees said, it's football. I'll make the next star. Tom Brady making it happen with the Deion Branches of the world, the Riche Caldwell types. Randy Moss. Wes Welker. He make Wes Welker. They trade Randy Moss. Did Tom Brady say, oh my God, Bill, I can't perform? They traded the greatest wide receiver in football history. So now I don't want to be here no more. Oh my God, they don't include me. What the fuck is he talking about? What is he talking about? What is wrong with today's athlete? We're 4 years in, no accomplishments. You think you Peyton Manning. You think you Tom Brady. You think you Brett Favre. My brother, yo, you are super talented. But there was a time not too long ago, I want to say September 2020, when you were sitting at a table and the Houston Texans slid a piece of paper over to you that said you get $111 million guaranteed. You signed your name to that paper. That's that same organization you want out of right now. Problem with the organization. Why'd you sign off for the $111 million guaranteed? What was the priority? Your football career? Or did you want that bag? Tom Brady takes pay cuts all the time for his football future. So my question to everybody when talking to Deshaun Watson is, What are we arguing? That Deshaun Watson signed a contract and now he don't want to be there? Deshaun Watson don't feel like he's included in the hiring and firing? But we sit here and watch Aaron Rodgers get a quarterback drafted in the first round last year. Aaron Rodgers, arguably the best quarterback in the fucking league right now, had a quarterback drafted behind. Do you think he was okay with that? Did Aaron Rodgers go out there and play like and sulk and I don't want to be here and oh my God? And so grow up. You are a professional athlete, bro. To me, this is a joke. Oh, Russell Wilson right now. He wants to have input on the GM. Why, brother? It ain't gonna make you throw better. It ain't gonna stop you from continuing to hit cold streaks midway through the season. What you need to be doing is looking for the Legion of Boom to see if they want to come back, because that's why you were successful. And even with that said, Deshaun Watson has not done what Russell Wilson has done. And I also hate the comparison of, oh, well, Brett Favre said that he wanted to retire. Yeah, because Brett Favre was a three-time MVP winner, Super Bowl champion, and he looked at his organization and said, yo, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if I want to play. And he earned that right to make that decision for himself. He never asked to be traded. So I don't know what the issue is. If we're talking just football, I have no problem with him saying, you're not good enough to be asking for those kind of decisions to have input on.
All right, just to respond back to that, I think we're talking a little bit above football, because when that door was opened by the franchise, other players came back. It was like a Pandora's box situation where Adrian Foster, former running back, and Andre Johnson say, they got bullshit going up this stairs, race-related, not football-related, but race-wise. So that door is open. All the other things you're saying about football, 4 years, like I said, what have you done? We know he's talented. He wants input as other quarterbacks that aren't as good as him are getting. And then there's people, like you mentioned, that are better than him that didn't even have that input. So that just has to size with the whole football thing argument. I'm not really even on that. Does he deserve to get the calls that other people are getting? You kind of, when you look around, when you hear people that aren't in your league are getting more treatment as far as making decisions, you kind of want that too, because like, well, I'm better than him. I want that too. And then you can argue on your side too. Well, there's quarterbacks that are better than you that have more on their resume that don't make those decisions. So that's going to be an argument football-wise. This thing is talking about, it was coming towards race-wise, where when former athletes came back, like, everyone knows Andre Johnson, that's their guy for Texas. That was a wide receiver. He was everything for them. When there are certain icons come back and like, nah, they on that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? It was even rumored that the wide receiver left, that he wasn't with the games, and that's why he got traded to the Arizona Cardinals. So it's kind of like when all these pieces are there, you might think there's a little bit more going on than just, as you say, football. And I do say this. I think when Brett Favre said, I don't know, times are different now, I think that was a little cop plea to make sure that you really can't go in on him, because his last statement was, but things are different nowadays. You feel what I'm saying? When you do that, you're like, I don't want to get too far into it because it could be twisted. Now, at one point in time, he never said, shut up and throw a football. I never quoted him. I didn't say that. But that's the angle you get when you kind of say, like, man, you get paid money to do that. Every athlete gets paid a lot of money to play a game. They're not saving lives. They're not doing, They play a game for their city when it's all said and done. And they're amazing at it. I'll never take that away. You feel what I'm saying? But if you do feel that there is an injustice going on, you will have to stand up. Like, you got to stand up for your morals. Your morals should always be worth more than money. Some people don't say it that way, but if he really feels that it was fucked up, cool. And the reason why I say that, because he was going to let bygones be bygones and let everything be through. And I still can't get past why the franchise opened the doors and said we need to bring something up. And that was leaked out on Sports Center and all the other stuff, that the franchise opened the door and then Deshaun Watson walked through it. Football-wise, I have no argument for football-wise. You're right. There's better quarterbacks that didn't get those calls. You're 100% right. But you also know there's black quarterbacks that are making those calls. And you're like, why?
Honestly, I don't know. No, I don't know. I can't think of no quarterbacks that have say so in the organization where they're like, "Yo, you know what? I want to help pick the coach." That's not football. That's a basketball thing. Like Kevin Durant and Kyrie, they did that to Kenny Atkinson's in Brooklyn. But to think, because like, all right, for instance, you brought up the fact that the owner comes off as a bit of a racist, right? He's the owner that made the statement we can't let the prisoners run the asylum or some shit like that. That was before September 2020. So would you sign on to a job that you know had racist, like had racist past? The owner was a racist guy. You got the same. Andre Johnson was a Texan long before Deshaun Watson. Arian Foster played for the Texans long before. So why wasn't the fact that, damn, these are some racist owners. I want to just play my contract out and then I can go somewhere where I feel like they respect my culture. Why did he resign? Because I love people that be like, oh, well, he didn't have no choice. No, yes, you do. Dak Prescott right now is a free agent because he didn't like the deals that were offered to him. Deshaun Watson liked the sound of 100 and I think it's 10 or 11 million dollars guaranteed. And he said, you know what? The owner's racist. Fuck it. They traded DeAndre Hopkins. Fuck it. DeAndre Hopkins was traded in, oh my God, I want to say August. Between April and August. Deshaun Watson signed after that move was made. I really hope my information is correct. But he signed after. So if you signed after all that happened, why are we bringing up race after you signed on the dotted line?
We have to get more details on it. I can't tell you what his mindset was going through experience. And this has nothing to do, it might not have been with him, it might have been not. So I'm not gonna say my statement is fact. But I feel like we've been in a situation where the cards don't get dealt until after the situations happen. So he could have been hearing things and going through things and been like, it hasn't been for me. And people are on their best behavior until, oh, he's on the dotted line now. Now we can show our true colors. It happens in real world and real society. Like, okay, we're gonna be our best behavior, and then after we cross this threshold, now we can show our real colors. Not saying that's a situation, but that's just a way where things like that happen. It might not happen to him. That's why I said I have to say we gotta have more details come out because it seems like every day we're getting more information on things that you can start putting the pieces together. But you could be 100% right. It could be all on you. I can't give you enough information to dispute what you're saying is 100% wrong. But I do have to say you have to open the door to say that there could be more details where that could have been the scenario.
I hear that, but like Andre Johnson was playing in the early 2000s. Arian Foster, if all those people were there, like when Steve Ballmer for the Clippers, they knew he was racist. Was Steve Ballmer signing the LeBron Jameses and all of those high-end free agents? Hell no, because they said, no, we're not gonna go play for that piece of shit. If we get drafted here, we'll do what we gotta do. But for the most part, he was not signing major free agents until he brought in Doc Rivers to be the bridge to the black community. Mm-hmm. So if in basketball they can say, nah, bro, we not fucking with you because of how you carry yourself, why wasn't Deshaun Watson man enough to make the same decision?
Again,
$111 million is the reason why.
I can't dispute that, is it? But sometimes, like I said, you and I have done things, not personally, like you could do somewhere like I have to find out for myself. People can be getting in your ear about something, and you be like, I haven't seen that. And people do that. Like, okay, I haven't seen that. And in your mind, when it comes to money, you be like, if he's really, and I can see someone going through this, I could be too. Shit, if he's really racist, would he give me $111 million? Like, that's a mindset.
Yes, he would.
You can think that.
He owns a football team that's 70% black people.
Huh?
I said he owns a football team that's 70% black. That's a 70% black league. He don't mind giving you $100 million if you're gonna make him more money. Racist people don't mind making money off the back.
Oh, I agree with that. But if you don't see it, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes your eyes have to be open to the situation. You can hear a bunch of rumors, and that's what it was. Like it was rumors because honestly, you didn't get front page that Andre Johnson said anything about racism until, like you said, after things came through. You didn't get any words with Adrian Foster being the running back until way later. You didn't get it there. So it's like I don't know what they were sitting on. I don't know what it is. I know more information has to come out, but sometimes they might have even hinted like, bro, like shit's a little fucked up. Watch your ass. And he might have been like, while he was there, I haven't seen anything fucked up yet. And then
bro,
unfolded afterwards.
He made the inmates run the asylum statement, and they had to trade their left tackle because he said, I'm not playing for this owner anymore. That was way before Deshaun Watson signed for $111 million. That's the reason why Bill O'Brien had to trade all those picks to get Laramie Tunsil to play left tackle. Because when he lost his left tackle, who said, you know what? I'm not going to play for a man like this. I'm out of here. He left a giant void at left tackle. So if all that, I'm sorry, I don't feel bad. He had plenty of time. I'm not gonna, in my opinion, in my walk, I can't allow nobody to get away with you signed for $111 million. Dak Prescott had $35 million thrown at him. Dak Prescott said, no, that ain't good enough. Because Dak Prescott thought he was worth 40. If Deshaun Watson had heard anything about this man being a racist, he didn't have to sign that contract. He signed it with 2 years left on his rookie deal. That man wanted the bag. He didn't give a fuck about no racist shit. That don't make no sense. All that shit happened long before.
If you didn't see it with your own eyes, though, I would say that you would sign money like that because you haven't seen it. Don't have evidence, but if things happen, if he saw things happening in his own eyes after he signed the deal, and like I want to say this, remember, he was shutting up about everything until the organization opened the door. So I can't say that was like, yo, like he signed it, now he's coming after him. It seemed like he was willing to part ways of I'm gonna shut the fuck up, you guys are gonna do your thing, whatever. It was only after they leaked things out about him that he opened his mouth about it.
You don't get any credit for wanting to leave quietly. Why do you get credit for that?
Because it was more about like, yo, just you could have kept it under the rug, like it seemed like how the other athletes were. Something's wrong over there. I'm just leaving. I'm not gonna try to destroy your organization. But now when you look the guy in the face, now if you open the door, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna walk through it.
Nah, bro, I
don't have enough information to say this is facts, but I'm just saying there's different scenarios where I can see this happening.
Oh, and I'm with you 100%. But to me, Deshaun Watson is 2,000% wrong in this situation. Because whether you heard something or not, that's a warning. That's information from people inside the building. I'll be damned I go live in some uppity neighborhood because I done made it and I don't listen to the stories of other brothers that made it. Wouldn't you call that brother stupid? You'd be like, bro, he made it. Like, at least hear him out a little bit. He chose the bag over hearing him out, and it's okay. Nobody's mad at you. But don't turn around like nowadays and be like, oh my gosh, they didn't listen to me and I didn't get to pick the GM, so I'm out of here. No, that's corny, bro. That's James Harden corny. And these athletes got to cut this shit out.
So if it comes out that a bunch of bullshit and it's fact, a bunch of bullshit happened after he signed on the dotted line, you would have to take back and like, you know what?
Absolutely not. You know why?
I don't agree with that.
You know why? Because
if he showed his ass after you signed, and then that's when you saw everything to be true, I can't get mad at that. I would say you have to be responsible for not listening to the rumors, but that he's not the only person to ever not listen to people and have to learn the hard way. I'll say that all day.
The Houston Texans signed no major free agents. There's a reason why. Bill O'Brien was not doing a great job, and it showed. You know what I'm saying? Like that, the owner himself made the comment. The inmates run the asylum. When Cam Newton was drafted, the owner asked him, the owner that just went down as a sexist and all of that other foolishness, he went down, he asked Cam Newton, oh, hey son, you got any tattoos? He was like, no, I don't have any. He was like, do you plan on getting any? I wonder why he asked the black quarterback that. He ain't sit there and go, I want to be traded and blah, blah, blah. No, this is Deshaun Watson just doing whatever he wants to do and the public giving him sympathy behind it. You never heard Cam Newton say like, oh man, yeah, he did bring that up even when the team was bad. You're responsible for on the field and the contracts you sign. The owner made the statement long before. That's how I feel about that.
All right. Like I said, we're just going to agree to disagree on that one because I am firm to say if you showed your ass afterwards, you can have it. People have buyer's remorse all the time. You can be like, you know what? When I signed this, I didn't think it was this thick, or I didn't think it was that bad.
They traded DeAndre Hopkins 2 months before. That looked like a slap in the face, right?
How he's moving? Yeah, but
no. The way they traded DeAndre Hopkins, they was like, they was like, oh, he didn't even tell me they traded him. So they did all that to you, and you still signed on the dotted line.
All right, so the next thing is going to be they're bringing back EA Sports and NCAA college football games, and it's making a comeback after a 7-year hiatus. You play video games, Pablo Maccabee.
To be honest, I haven't played a video game
since they got rid of this college football game. So you're right on track for this. It was 7 years. It's been 7 years since the college game came out because of the lawsuits of you got to pay these players for using their likenesses and all this other stuff. So did you ever play these games 7 years ago?
Nah, it's a big negative. I quit school because of recess, nigga. I never played.
What'd you say?
I quit school because of recess. I never played no game.
This nigga's now fired from talking about NCAA college football. You really had to say that line. That was. Anyways, 7 years since it's been gone. I'm happy it's back. I'm gonna be real. I never was played the college football or college basketball games. I always got the pro games. I always thought it was cool when people told me they played it. That man, you can get a college player, and then when you get the Madden, you can upload them to your Madden thing so you can continue his career. So that's dope. And I was always saying like, oh man, cool. Like for the college basketball things, we were trying to make a deal with 2K before this happened. Oh man, we can do the same route for college basketball. I didn't get into it, but I know that the lines and people are going nuts. It's been 7 years, and I just wonder what changes they're gonna make. Or are they agreeing to paying these guys for using their likeness, or are they, what's going on with it? Not 100% sure, but it is good to, when people are demanding for a video game to come back, that it comes back being a gamer. So that's dope.
I used to fuck with the NCAA, but it was like I only fuck with it until the Madden came out because NCAA used to come out like 6 to 8 weeks before Madden. So I'd fuck with the NCAA hard body for those 6 weeks. And then it was more of a collector's piece. Same thing with the NCAA basketball game. I used to just cop them joints so I could say I got the set. NCAA basketball, football, Madden, 2K, or NBA Live, whichever one was hot at the moment. And that was that. So what was unique about the NCAA games is you used to be able to run the read option, because that wasn't always available in Madden. Up until maybe it was a while ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago, they really put the option in Madden. But that's why I used to really fuck with the college game. I used to be Florida State because they had the Seminole uniforms that were all burgundy with the gold trim. I used to always be a quarterback, and I used to always just run the option. So that was the dope part. So it's dope they bringing it back. It gives people a chance to get to know the college athlete on a more personal level, or because you get to see their stats, you get to play with them and all that stuff like that. So it's dope. I'm looking forward to it. I'll cop it, even if I only cop it to say I bought it.
Have you heard anything, Mr. 5G Internet, as far as how they're going forward of paying these guys possibly, or they're not going to pay them? Did they figure out the formula?
I don't know. I'm not a proponent of paying student athletes, so I wasn't on that ride.
You said you weren't for student athletes getting paid?
No, not really. Not no astronomical amount. It's like, cause think about it, bro. We got people that walk around here every day graduating college, and what's their biggest issue? Student loans. You go to school on a college scholarship for athletics, you don't know nothing about loans. So I'm not knocking them. I'm not saying they shouldn't be like compensated when you do the kind of work, but I always hate that argument where it's like, oh well, we make this, but look what they make. That always bothers me, because then if you when you make those arguments, you got to take in the risk, you got to take in the building, you got to take in And at the end of the day, you don't know nothing about that, and you probably would not prefer not to. You would just prefer a nice chunk of the pie.
If you use my likeness though,
you came to the school.
You know what I mean?
I ain't make you come. I ain't make you come here.
But that's why I disappeared for 7 years. Use my likeness, I'm probably gonna get a little better because that's like getting everything. Like you don't even have to worry about coming to the school or anything. Like because they could straight up change your complexion, do things. They can switch up so many things. You know, they was to the point where they were using your name on it. So now you can use my name and my likeness. Like, you should get something now. Should you make millions? No, but it was bad one time. Like, and things got better since we graduated. But I remember like there were a lot of horror stories when athletes were going to bed hungry. There were a lot of things. They improved things. They improved the meal plan. But one thing about student athletes, like I know that I had to make every workout. And if I didn't make a workout when I was playing, that was basically like cutting yourself. You would get a warning to you're being benched for a couple games to the point where you don't take this seriously anymore, so go. I'm waking up 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? The other person's not doing that. Even people that's getting scholarships otherwise. So there was no one that was putting more work in and no one that was providing for the school for like your talent more than the athletes. Now, I'm not saying, they should be rich. Like the scholarship is great, you know what I'm saying? But you're definitely going above and beyond everything, like everything. And people don't understand that unless they've been in those shoes. But they have gotten better because I remember like freshman year was like, oh, and then rules changed and sophomore year like, oh, and this is for everybody. Like, hey, if you're an athlete, you can eat to your heart's desire because I need those extra calories because I gotta lift. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Lifting on an empty stomach don't work. I'm telling you.
I know it's all fact. I feel you, bro. It's all fact. Sometimes I just hear shit like that and I just be like, God, okay, just take some more, buddy. Like I don't know. I don't know. I've just always been that guy. It's like, no, I feel you, bro. Yeah, you're a superstar athlete, but you're only coming here to go to the pros. Like it's a win-win. Like,
but not everyone's.
I don't understand.
That's the thing too. So it's like my thing too, and I saw this, and it was cool. It came from everyone knows who the Bonds is if you watch college football, and a couple other people co-signing. It was dope. It was like if you were a college athlete and you're doing all this stuff, they were like, yo, everyone, all of them that's D1, because not just football and basketball, even though that brings the most money. Your swimmers, your lacrosse players, they got video game cots going on top. They got all these people that's coming there. Like if you go full years, you stay your full 4 years and you give to your school, you know what I mean? They can give you a little something at the end. What that amount was debatable, but they can give you something at the end. If you go your 4 years, get something. If you leave early, like you declare for the declare to be a pro athlete, or you don't finish out your contract, you drop that, whatever, you get nothing. But at the end of your 4 years, when you give them what you guaranteed was, there'll be a little something at the end for you. I was like, that'd be cool. I can get behind that. Because going to the pros, you're not getting anything. Everything, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. You forfeit that money. Or you do whatever. You dropped out because you didn't keep up your shit, you forfeit that money. You know what I'm saying? So there were so many forfeits where I'm like, they wouldn't lose as much as they thought they would. Good idea. How much they should get paid, that's an argument. Like, I don't know.
It's crazy. I'm just not that guy, bro. I'm not sensitive to the cries of student athletes. And that's coming from a student athlete. Like, we're student athletes, man. We get and again, I'm not saying that they don't deserve a little something if we're talking about having to compensate people, but I always thought it was something about being a student athlete. Like there's something about my aura, bro. There's something extra that come with it. And at that level, at an amateur sport level, my experience is part of the journey. Like the food part, yeah, you should never be worried about eating. Like we ain't gonna argue that. But I don't know. I've always been on the line with that. If they can figure out a cool way to do it, then fine. More power to them. But I'm just not the person beating down the door and saying, yeah, now we got to pay these guys.
And last but not least, now we can get to Pablo Maccabee's favorite thing that he tried to blow off last week, that he couldn't wait to talk about this week, that he skipped the other topics of. We can talk about his favorite thing because he's such a diehard football fan. Pablo Maccabee, the last topic. Please unveil it.
What the fuck is Super Bowl, dog? I can't wait till I can eat some fucking food and play some music and hang with some good people. And who wins, don't really care. But I prefer a Florida team because I stay in Florida. You feel me? So Tom Brady all the way. Let's do this. Let's go. Lance called this shit out since like months ago that they're going to win the Super Bowl. So let's do this. We got to have faith in Tom Brady. You know, everybody's on, Kansas City right now. Tom Brady. Y'all imagine he'll win the Super Bowl on a different team, another place, at his age, throw a Hail Mary at the fucking end. Who God knows what was gonna happen tomorrow.
Let's motherfucking go. I said this from day one, baby. Tampa Bay would be in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady would deliver us a championship. And here we are. Here we fucking are. I couldn't be more excited. Tom Brady about to do it again. AB looking healthy. Leonard Fournette, shout out to you, my guy, because this is just going to be your show tomorrow. Let's fucking get it. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, stop dropping the fucking ball, bro. If that damn finger, if it's fucked up, my nigga, you got to tie that together. Because you drop a ball tomorrow, we tired of that. Wes Welker did that enough in New England. But Gronkowski, hey, big Gronk, let's go with it, baby. We finna whoop their ass. I'm going to be honest with you. All that Kansas City Chief money, y'all going down tomorrow. Y'all going down. It's a lot of bullshit going on with Kansas City right now. They'd have had the Barber be infected with COVID. Andy Reid's son got into a car accident. The left tackle missing, the right tackle missing. Man, this is setting up like the perfect storm for Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? Last time they had something like this, it was like the Raiders. Their center went missing in the Super Bowl against who? Tampa Bay. And they whooped the Raiders' ass. So I'm basically expecting the same thing, baby. Tom Brady, I'm gonna look at like 35-24. Tampa Bay.
Well, let's not forget your prediction. You messed up last week. So let's not say that, you know what I'm saying, this perfect streak comes to an end. I feel like you are disrespecting the Kansas City Chiefs because, like you even said last week, you forgot that Patrick Mahomes is a fucking baller. You got to understand, you're looking at the future. Even if he loses this Super Bowl, you are looking at the future. Patrick Mahomes is serious. And you doubted that man during the AFC Championship. You said, no way, no how. Buffalo Bills. I remember you picked the Bills over Kansas City. And you didn't even get a chance to talk about that. So you're not perfect in your predictions. So you were wrong that week. So I think you might be wrong about the Super Bowl too. I'm pretty sure Kansas City, and for all y'all niggas that watch the program, I'm pretty sure if Patrick Mahomes, you watching this, I got you, my nigga. This nigga hated on you. And you proved him wrong and you in the Super Bowl again. And now he's hating on you again. Talking about, Tom Brady, Buccaneers, Tampa Bay, renaming the state and all that. I see what he's doing to you. And I'm here to fight for your dignity, your honor, respect. You need to respect that man for all the things he can do and what he's capable of. And every time they hate on Patrick Mahomes, he proves you wrong. There have been so many times when you're probably going to lose this game. And then what does he do? That happens to him. I don't understand why. You're very talented. It's not done when it's done. You were the quarterback that Tom Brady was when, as far as Tom Brady used to be one of those quarterbacks, whenever you threw the ball, you hold your breath because you're like, who did he see open? And it makes you nervous. And the disrespect he's giving you right now, where not saying that when you throw that ball and you get nervous, you're like, oh shit, who did he see? Acting like you lost everything. Yeah, you lost other key players, your tackles and everything. I'm not taking that away. But you still got other weapons you can win with. And one thing about you is you know how to run and throw the football, whether I go to the left side, whether I go to the right side, I can throw underhand, overhand, opposite hand. It don't matter. You really got to come get to them. And last I checked, I don't think their defense is A1. Now, without those two tackles, that's going to give them more of an edge. I'll give you that. I can't argue that one. That hurts. But it's not easy getting Patrick Mahomes. You know that. But yeah, he disrespects you. That's fucked up, Pat. I'm going to call you Pat. Your mama call you Pat, I'm going to call you Pat. Pat, I can't believe you. You know what I mean?
Last time Pat
you
lost.
had your turn, sir. You've been disrespecting this man for 2 weeks. 2 weeks you've been disrespecting this man. And I'm here to give him his just dessert. You earned this. And you killed it last year. And I'm going to say it's time for the torch to be passed. It's time for the baton to be passed to the next person. Tom, you're a great quarterback. I can't take shit away from you. You've done some things. You killed your division. You done pissed me off so many times, but you won. We're not going to talk about the Deflategate and all the other bullshit that can happen, the tough rule, all the shit you won your shit on, the fucked up situations. Because when it's all said and done, whether you win by an inch or a mile, a win's a win, I have to swallow that pill. And I have to say that you won all those Super Bowls. But it stops there, man. You're not getting number 7. Nah, I don't feel that's going to happen. I feel that you were great, and you see the greatness in Patrick Mahomes. I heard your comments. I see what you said about him. You like the kid. You know he's next. And the thing is, there ain't going to be any favoritism when it comes to the refs on this one. There won't be any excuses of the Tom, they like Tom Brady, because what's going on with this game, why it's so great, is the GOAT, the past versus the GOAT, the future. And I'm on that. And I'll ride that wave out to the end. So I've never been good at calling scores out. I'm not. I'll let Lance do that. He always does that. He's been wrong before, though. I just wanted to say that. So I'm just going to say.
I'm going to be right tomorrow. I'm going to be right tomorrow.
Congratulations. Like he says, I'm giving your flowers early while you're here. Congratulations, Kansas City Chiefs, on winning this Super Bowl. It's probably going to be a close one, maybe a touchdown away. I don't think you're going to win it like Tom Brady did by a field goal, because I know Patrick Mahomes in his heart's like, I'm scoring touchdowns.
Let's
so I
go,
believe
Tom.
Touchdown. So Kansas City Chiefs.
Let's go, Tom.
Let's go. You're my Super Bowl prediction. You're my pick. And that's all I got to say.
Shut him down, Tom. Shut him down.
All right, man. So that's our Super Bowl predictions. Yo, thanks for rocking with the show. I'm your boy, DJ Pablo Maccabee from 25-8 to Culture. Peace.
All right, y'all. DY is out of here. 1. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. You already know we do it for y'all. We appreciate everything. You saw that we're at we're growing to 130 subscribers. That's because of y'all. And we see the last videos been getting all these views. Thank you for all the love. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. Keep watching, and we're here to talk about the best shit ever. You know what I'm saying? The uncomfortable, the not easy, and of course the necessary. Thank y'all.
Lance Draper, and like my Hennessy, I'm out.